Hello! So on the left, I have the code for my Minecraft mod on an older version of the game, and then in the top right, it's for a slightly newer version of the game, and then on the bottom, it's even newer. And between the versions, some of the networking code is changed, so the way I'm sending packets between the server and the client, the way the registration is done, and the way the packet handling is done, that has changed between the versions. It's fairly similar, so you have the packet class and you have to register it. And in the oldest version, you have to give it an index, the encode, decode, and the handle method. And then in the newer versions, instead of an index, there's some identifier stuff going on. And then in the newest version, there's additional information on how these things should be encoded. And trying to abstract this logic, I want to minimize the differences in the code base between all the versions, so that when I merge the old code into the new code, because I maintain all the versions at the same time, I want there to be the fewest merge conflicts possible. So to do that, instead of having a bunch of static methods, we will want to leverage inheritance. So I've decided on, it'll be a singleton class that will hold instance methods for the encode, decode, and the handle, so they won't be static anymore, and that will let us create some abstractions that will help. Part of the problem is that now that I have decided on the structure, I have a bunch of these classes that are using the old static style. So in order to migrate them, there's the structural search and replace in IntelliJ. So we're going to find each record that has a packet class, and then we can find all the packets, so any amount of fields within the record. We're going to look for any record that has the encode method that takes the byte buffer, the decode method that also takes one. So we're going to find all these static methods, and we're going to create the packet daddy class that will be our singleton that will handle all of this. So doing the find, we can do a preview of the replacement. It's going to create our singleton class for us. So you have to specify the class name is going to be a variable, and then inside the class you have the type, and then the variable name, and then there's a count modifier on this to say we want to accept a record with any number of fields. And then for the body of the methods, you can specify, if you just do a semicolon, that won't give you the context for replacing the body as we want to move it. So we have to create a block and then a statement, so we have to add the modifier and say we want any number of statements within this block as well. So now when we do the find and replace, we see that it's going to do all of this work for me instead of me having to do it all manually. So if I do replace all, now it's using, as part of the migration, I've created this other context class. So usually it's expecting this network event context supplier. So that's why there's still some errors here. But part of the packet registration now is, instead of doing register message, we have this helper method that I've created. So this, all of these register server bound packet. So that's how you can use the structural find and replace to do the migration. Oh, it seems like it's never self-symbol. Is that part of, that's not a good sign. Did I mess it up? Oh, you know what? As part of the replace, oh, do I need to add the count to the A modifier? Yeah, probably. So let's Control Z here. And if we go to this one, there we go, undo structural replace. So now we're back here. Let's try this again. So A and B, let's also make sure A has a count. So all of these have the count. And then when we replace it, to preview this, so this one only has one field. We want something that has two fields. This one is plenty. So we preview this, and now it's just saying int and then just program state thing. So it's missing the data types on these ones. That's a little concerning. So in our template, we have A and B, A and B. I wonder if it's going to, I don't know how to fix that. That's concerning. What if I just did A? Yeah, see, it doesn't like that. It wants the other stuff there. What if we try that? So that's only grabbing things with one field. I want it to do it all at once. Why is that not possible? See, it's able to find it, and then when we preview the replacement, it's missing our data type. What is going on there? Well, that kind of kills the usefulness, doesn't it? We could do it for just one, but where's the fun in that? Let's see what that does. Oh, so that's for 2. Some of these had more than 2 though. So it's this client-bound manager GUI update. And program state long. So it's being greedy here and then going to the end. So it's grabbing the middle ones. Oh, really? If I remove the modifier, then that's just going to grab those. But what if we do max of 1? No, it's not letting me do more on there. So will this capture things that just have 1? No. But that would be a way to make it work. So if you have a huge variety, then I guess that makes it a pain. But if you have a little bit, then this is still just faster. So the fix was we have to manually enumerate the number of variables that we want to find. It's a little disappointing, but it's better than nothing. So we'll try it this way. So we will inspect this. It looks like our data types are there. The migration's working. So we'll do replace all. And then let's open this again. So recent, this one. Now let's cut down. So see, this one's finding things that have 2, but we have 3 things declared. So I guess that's because this is count 0 or 1. So if we add another count modifier, max 1. So I tried to add that to D, but it added it to F. It's a little strange. Let's see what this captures. 1 param, 2 params. Look at the 2. Int and string, so the data types are there. Good. I guess I did all the 3 counts already. Let's try it. So now we have a bunch of errors because it's using a new context type that I'll have to migrate to. But looking at the packets, so now all of these are complaining because these methods no longer exist. So we want to change all of these register message to be a call. So in this version of the game, it's the same if you're doing a server-bound or a client-bound packet, but in some of the newer versions, when you do here, when you register it, you have to know if you're sending it to the server or to the client. So that's why it's the same here. So what we can do is let's try another one. So we want to structurally find and replace some channel dot register message, some number, and then the class. This we want to start with server bound, and we want to convert this to look like this. So instead of saying register to the channel, we're just going to call register and then create the daddy instance singleton for these. So let's try that. So if we preview the fixed packet, let's try replace all. And now we want to do the same thing for the client bound. So this should be client bound. So this did not get captured by the migration earlier. It's probably because this is fully qualified or something. I don't know. But we got most of them. what's the other one that failed? Encode, decode, handle. I don't know why this one didn't get matched, but I can fix that. So that's a demonstration on using the structural find and replace.